city of Philly, where the birds take flight. Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Marcus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights. Dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing by. Bringing the heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing by. Bringing the heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.
What it is, good people. What's going on? The Bald Eagles are back. Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir.
Playoff time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Playoff
sir. We
time.
are here. We're here.
It's playoff time and ain't nobody playing.
Ain't no faking. Ain't no half stepping. Ain't no more excuses. Ain't no more this, that, and the third. It's all about the now. It's all about the here. It's all about the present. I don't care about the future. I don't care about teams that got high draft picks. I don't care about teams not in the playoffs. If you didn't win your division, you can't talk to me. If you're not in the wild card round, if you're not in the playoffs, you can't talk to me. It's very simple to understand. Very simple to grasp. Very simple. Very, very simple to comprehend. If you did not make the playoffs, you cannot talk to me for the remainder.
Holiday.
Matter of fact, you can't talk to me until 2026 kick off. You can't talk to me. So we got a lot to get into. And it's a very interesting matchup, to say the least, right?
Indeed.
I think both the Eagles and the Niners have their fair share of warts, like all these other teams in the playoffs, right? Every team has their warts. The question is, on game day, whose warts are going to show up the least?
As funny as it is to say this, we are healthier than the Niners. We haven't
significantly
had an opportunity to say that many times this year, but I think that's gonna play the biggest part of it. And listen, man, I just need now's the time. Ain't no sense in we can't hope no more. We can't expect the defense to just hold down everything. Offense has got to come through. It's now or never. Mm-hmm. And the time for hoping and wishing and praying and all of that kind of stuff. We've been dealing with this all year. If it is what it is, then let's just make sure we have more is than they do. That's all we can do. Help the defense out as much as we can. And we gotta, as an offense, try to put at least 21 points on the board. That's not an unreasonable request. So we gotta be able to do that, man. But I mean, it's here. Every game is a season. And right now we are playing for the ultimate prize. We got a 4-week season. Who is going to go undefeated? That's what it comes down to, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You guys are tuned into the Bald Eagles podcast. He's Marcus Thomas, a.k.a. Coach Marcus. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II of Chalk It Up Sports. He's Pro Fan Talk. Make sure you guys go lock in on that. Go subscribe. Go smash the like button. Go comment. Go spam Pro Fan Talk, man. He's doing new things with this content. He's playing a different game right now with this content. I want y'all to understand this right now. In my opinion, Marcus, you may be one of the most underappreciated content creators out there right now. You're doing things in this sports game with this content that I can't do.
I'm building my squad, man.
You playing at a different speed. I feel grateful to be even to be able to call you a compadre. You feel what I'm saying?
Man, just trying to spice it up, do some different things, man. I'm always looking for something that somebody else has never done. So
yeah, I mean, you breaking down film in VR.
That was fun, dude.
Let that simmer for a second, y'all. Real quick, let it simmer. Let's let that
marinate
for a second.
That's me right here.
My man is breaking down film in VR.
It took me a minute to set that up, man. But once I figured out what I could do, and how to get it the way I want it. It was like I was like, all right, we can do this. We can do this. So
Remarkable.
I'm looking for some. I just figured out today how to film it where it's not so jittery.
Mhm.
So I got kind of like a stabilization factor in it, so it makes it easier to look at. So I'm still learning, man. So, but it was fun. It was fun.
I love your willingness to just dive in head first into a project.
Yeah.
I love that about you, bro. I really do. You are the furthest from risk adverse. And I truly appreciate that about you, man. I envy you. I envy you in that regard. But again, make sure you guys go check out that recent upload, that recent video on Pro Fan Talk. He's breaking down Eagles film in VR. In VR.
That was fun.
Let's make that very clear. V mother freaking R. So I think that's so dope, y'all. Make sure you guys stay locked in on the stream tonight. Again, we got some things to get into. Eagles, 49ers, wild card weekend, Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And let's get into it. Let's talk about this. First, you mentioned the fact that the Eagles are healthier than the Niners, and significantly, and they're still dealing with injuries. They're very unsure about some key guys playing this weekend.
Yes.
Guys like D. Winters, Luke Gifford, Keon White on the D line, Jair Brown, Ricky Pearsall. You feel what I'm saying? So those guys are all being evaluated. Ricky Pearsall, he re-aggravated his PCL injury in week 18. So that's a very tricky one. Trent Williams with a hamstring was a big fella. Now, because of his experience and how tough he is, he may play. I could see Trent Williams playing, but it's a hamstring.
He's been out for a while too.
Yeah, he has. But I think maybe their most key injury outside of Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall, Tatum Bethune.
Did you see? Was there anything else about Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy, according to them, he checked out fine. He's a guy that's just day by day. He's going to play, but
yeah, he's definitely going to play.
But he's not 100%. But again, like I said, a key guy that's not being talked about enough, Tatum Bethune. He's the linebacker that came in and filled in for Fred Warner throughout the season.
Right.
And they said Fred Warner, if they're lucky if he comes back for the NFC Championship, if they even make it there. So that defense is completely compromised, but they're so well coached, top to bottom. And when I think about the Eagles, and I want to get your thoughts on this, for the Eagles, it's never been a talent issue. We've been concerned about some of the coaching decisions, in particular on offense. Is this offensive coaching staff good enough to take advantage of the deficiencies of that Niners offense?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, that Niners defense. Excuse me. Can this Eagles offense take advantage of that Niners defense? Right. I know Vic Fangio is going to do Vic Fangio things. I personally think Vic Fangio knows exactly what to do to handle a team like 49ers, right? They don't have the same perimeter threats like they're used to having. No Debo, no Brandon Ayuk, right? They still got the guy, what's my man name? Wide receiver. Is it Jennings?
Yeah.
They still got Juwan Jennings, who's a very nice receiver.
They got to focus on CMC and Kittles.
Yes, those are the guys you focus on, CMC and Kittles. But let me get your thoughts on that, man. What's your thoughts on this Niners defense and their injuries, and when you couple that with the Eagles' offensive struggles?
I think you hit the nail on the head, man. We have to, again, the word opportunity. We have to take advantage of those opportunities. Period. I don't care how we do it. I don't care how it manifests.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Yeah.
If it's Shipley, if it's Bigsby, if it's Saquon Barkley, if it's Hurts, AJ, Devontae, Dallas, it doesn't matter. All you got to do is take advantage of the opportunities that they give you and make the play. That's all we have to do. Now, it sounds simple in theory, and it is, but until them jokers get on the field and start executing, we'll have to wait and see, man. We have, I have next to no confidence that all of a sudden Kevin Patullo is just going to call a masterful game. And what that brings me to is every game we have those 4 or 5 opportunities where we should have done something and we didn't do it.
Mm.
And to me, that's the silver lining in the inadequacy of our offense and Kevin Patullo, is that in spite of those games that we just lost the chess match,
Right.
we get out coached and stuff like that. Most of those games we still had opportunities to win. There was a drop pass, there was a penalty, different things like that that really didn't have anything to do with the game plan. The game plan worked for that particular play in that particular moment, and we didn't take advantage of it. We can't have that now because it's one and done. We gotta make the most of it. So every time we get our hands on the ball, no more excuses. We have to be better than they are. Period. We can't leave it to the defense to keep bailing us out because that's gonna run out.
Yeah, and it's not even that it's going to run out. It may be a game where your defense held them to 17 points,
Right.
which is good enough
18.
in any game.
Yep.
In any game, if your defense is holding team to 17 points or below in any game, offense, you're supposed to win that game. Simple
Yes.
as that. Simple as that. Your defense did exactly what they were supposed to do. But you said something key: take advantage of opportunities in front of you. This is the playoffs. Opportunities are few and far between. So when you get them, you got to take advantage of them. And this is the kind of team, especially Jalen Hurts, right? When the playoffs start, he's the kind of guy that I expect to elevate his game. But
Absolutely.
also, this is a situation where I'm like, you know what? I don't care what they're giving you. Take it. Take it. Hey, Jalen Hurts, if you drop back and the Red Sea parts wide open, just take it.
Just go.
Just go. Just go.
You know what? Exactly like you did in the Super Bowl.
Exactly like you did in the Super Bowl. And that second half was a masterclass and closing out an opponent from an offensive perspective. I mean, the defense still did their thing, obviously. They were magnificent. But from an offensive perspective, you were up, 27, 24-0 going into halftime?
Yeah.
Something like that. And that second half was a masterclass in how to put a team away. Jalen Hurts didn't waste no time in the pocket. He didn't overcook nothing. He dropped back. The moment he saw a lane, he took it. Because he understood that I could break their back and demoralize them significantly more with that QB run or that scramble better than taking the risk and throwing the ball.
Right.
That'll frustrate the defense more because the fact they thought they had you and you get out of there. So, I mean, I think for the Philadelphia Eagles, every opportunity they give you, take it. Jalen Hurts, you see a lane, take it. Get those 10 yards. To get those 10 yards. Slide. Just keep breaking their back little by little.
I just thought of something interesting. So we can all agree that Kevin Patullo's offense has not been good.
Correct.
We can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said that the games that we lost and some other games, even some of the ones that we won, there were opportunities to extend the lead or really put a team out of commission. But we just missed those opportunities from a drop ball, not on the same page, penalties, things like that. That being said, if I'm going to sit here and say that I'm not happy with Kevin Patullo's offense and all those other things that have happened, you got to keep that same energy, because if some of those player execution failures didn't happen, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, there's definitely a handful of situations that you can point to that if they would have just executed, your record, instead of going into the playoffs 11-6, you may be 13-4.
I would feel comfortable saying absolutely we would have 3 more wins. We would have 3 more wins, and the whole conversation. So and I'm guilty of it because Kevin Patullo is the low hanging fruit, and it's weird jumping back and forth because rightfully so. Some of these games, you like, come on, this is all we can come up with. This is all we can come up with is 3rd and 1. Why are we going 30 yards? We got to come up with something better than that.
That's a problem for me.
The criticism is warranted, but in that criticism, every game we've had opportunities to have a 2-possession win or whatever the situation is, and if the execution would have been better. If we would have caught those balls, if we wouldn't have jumped off sides and things like that, we're not talking about Kevin Patullo. Not in this light, anyway. So I gotta keep that in mind, because I still believe that a lot of situations were because the players on the
I thought I lost your audio for a second. Sorry, go ahead.
the players on the field just didn't do what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when we lost that game in Dallas, when we lost to the Chargers, what's the other game I'm thinking of? When we lost to Chicago,
Lost to the Giants.
lost to the
Broncos.
The Giants got with us. We just, but I think there were 3 games where we should have won, and we just gave it up. And it's like, as a player, you look at those situations, it's like, that ain't the coach. The coach didn't teach you to jump off sides. Y'all didn't work on jumping off sides during practice all week.
Right.
You ain't work on dropping balls all week. You know what I mean? So just different things like that, man. And I try to be fair in the situation, especially with everything that's going on, because at the end of the day, I've been in that situation. I don't want nobody to lose their job, but I understand that's the nature of the beast. So if Kevin Patullo can't be any better, let's have our players be better and take advantage of those opportunities that we missed in the past that cost us. That's what we got to do. Because I don't. All of a sudden, he ain't gonna just be a offensive brainiac. All of a sudden, it ain't gonna happen. Is he gonna go down in the? People think that all of a sudden you're just gonna open up that part of the playbook that ain't nobody been in. Every time somebody says that, I always think of that scene in Lord of the Rings where where Gandalf was making sure he had found the one ring, so he went to the tower and was reading all the old books. He's searching for information. It's like, nah, the plays has been there. You ain't gonna bring out something out of the dungeon that you just been sitting on all year. Like, nah, it don't work that way. You run what's been most successful for you all year until somebody that can stop it. So I say all that to say I just want the offense to take control, take some of the pressure off the defense, and start putting points on the board.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And it begins with the offensive line.
Absolutely.
You're going to get Lane Johnson back for this game. He's been on ice for the past several weeks, and I'm under the impression he could have came back, but I think their mindset was this is big fella's last hurrah. Let's make sure he is as healthy as we could possibly get him. He's fresh. He's eager to get back on the football field. He's motivated, of course. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He's been there before. I mean, this team brings a lot of pedigree to this playoff run. And
I want to co-sign that thought, because I hope you are 100% right. I hope he should have played last week, but they just held him out. So that's another week of health. Getting him back to as close to 100% as we can, because I don't want in the playoffs. I don't want anybody. This was hurt. This is like who did you say for the Niners? Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, yeah.
He a 300+ pound dude with a bad hamstring. He's grinding it out with the potential to make it worse. So let's hope we are not doing that with Lane Johnson. And also, did that week off help Cam Jurgens any bit? So we'll see.
And just to put it in perspective, Lane has been out since that Detroit game. He played 14 snaps in that Detroit game. He's been on ice ever since. We're talking 8 weeks, going on 9 weeks of rest.
And were you talking about a hamstring?
No, I'm talking about Lane. But Trent,
no. I understand. But Lane is dealing with a hamstring, right?
No. Lane is dealing with the ankle.
Ankle. Okay.
Because Lane had that Liz Frank, I think.
You're right. But I guess my point was, because you can always go back to square one. All it takes is one play. Somebody rolls on you. So
That's a
I
good
just
point.
hope he's at 100%, and we can get him and the rest of the offensive line through this game clean.
Yeah.
No
I just think it helps also with just team morale, just helps with the overall energy. You got your two old dogs there. You got BG on the defense. You got Lane on the offense. You know, sometimes when certain guys are in the room, certain guys in the building, just makes you a little bit more settled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he gonna be ready to go too.
And yeah, BG playing like he got a second win right now. And
it wouldn't surprise me if BG's on the squad next year. That would not surprise me, man.
Wait, hold on. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that topic. That's funny as hell, by the way. Put a pin in that topic. I want to come back to that before we get out of here. That is interesting because I think that deserves more than just the amount of time we may give it by just brushing over it. So put a pin in that. Let's not close this stream out. Hey, chat, don't let us close this show out without talking about that BG point he just made. BG may play next year.
He might play next year.
Let's put that on the shelf. Keep it polished. We're gonna come back and grab that. Staying in this playoff game, though, this offensive line, they have to come correct.
Yeah, the pendulum got to swing back.
Correct. You know, they've been who they've been, but you guys have put in too much work. You guys have been doing this thing for you guys have reached the mountaintop with this organization, with this team. You guys have all been developed. Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Tyler Steen, Lane coming back. You guys have been conditioned for these opportunities. You guys have been playoff ready, playoff hardened the past handful of years. There's not a single player on this team who hasn't. There's not a single tenured player on this team who hasn't been in the playoffs with the Eagles.
Yeah, they're the only two that's been to 3 Super Bowls.
Right. Some of them have been to 2.
2, but I'm saying 3 specifically because they are the only 2.
Yes.
Yeah, BG and Lane. So you still have that pedigree in the building.
Yes.
So that means something. And not for nothing, you know, just kind of like I just said about BG, does Lane understand that this might be his last go round?
I think he does.
Yeah.
That injury, I think that injury was the last straw.
Yep. You can't be
dealing with so many ankle and I think
how old is Lane? 38, 37? How old is he?
Lane is 35.
Okay. So you want to be 35 years old, still dealing with surgeries and rehab and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, BG's 37.
Yeah.
But you got, and as much hells we've been giving Jake Elliott, when the playoffs start, he's money. Let's just call that what it is.
You ain't gonna change him out.
That's the fact. Jake Elliott's been money in the playoffs. That is the fact.
Look just what happened with the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. Both kickers failed. So you know what? I saw that, and then they must have been showing something on NFL Network. I saw the game. This is the game that I talk about all the time, where the Vikings lost because of, was that Morton Anderson missed that kick, the only kick he had missed that year, and he went wide left, and the Vikings ended up losing that game, and he cost Randall Cunningham a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Randall Cunningham, Chris Carter, Randy Moss. That offense was nice. They was gonna win that Super Bowl. I felt so bad. Freaking kickers.
yeah. So I'm not worried about Jake the Snake in the playoffs. I'm not.
Just he'll be money. He'll be money.
But let's really start ringing this thing off here, right? Let's really talk about it. You have guys on this team that have been to more than one Super Bowl who've been through the run before. You have Devontae Smith, who's been to 2 Super Bowls. AJ Brown, who's been to 2 Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts, who's been to 2 Super Bowls, right? You have who else we have here? Who else we got? We got Dallas Goedert, who's been to 2.
Yep.
You have this would be Jahan Dotson's been to the 1, obviously, but
right.
Let's see here. Reed Blankenship has been to 2 Super Bowls.
Yes.
Jordan Davis. Davis has been to 2 Super Bowls, right? You got some guys on this team who've been here.
Been doing it.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal, if you ask me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing guys turn up. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter looks fresh.
Yeah, they do, man.
Jalen
That is
Carter
a
looks
nasty duo
fresh.
right there.
And that's another thing too. Jalen Carter's ability to wreck a game. We have a Jalen Carter is still who he is, maybe better. And you have a Jordan Davis who's probably 2 or 3 times the player he was last year.
He's still ascending.
Jordan Davis hasn't taken his foot off the gas.
Yeah, he is still ascending, and that is nice to see because now you got problems all across that defensive line.
That front seven.
Jalen Phillips, you got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith, Byron Young, Moro Jomo. You got problems all down that defensive line. So, and them dudes have been playing. Them dudes have been playing. Everybody on that defensive line is earning their money. Every last one of them. Our defense, with the exception of one position, everybody on our defense is money.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the real thorn in Jalix Hunt is the first Eagle to lead the team in interceptions and sacks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But the player we need to really pay attention to, we talked about George Kittle. Christian McCaffrey's had a hell of a season.
CMC, man.
He has over 2,100
right
yards. He's going to the Hall of Fame easily.
Oh, yeah.
But he has over 2,100 yards total offense. He leads their team in rushing yards and receiving yards. He is their offense. He's their offense. If you can find a way to do what San Fran did, whatever San Fran did, you got to find a way to replicate that and replicate it tenfold. If you can completely neutralize him or make him work harder than he has to, we're in business because he's the heart of that offense.
Yeah.
If he's not going, now you're forcing Brock Purdy with a bad shoulder and George Kittle with I think he's been dealing with a knee or ankle all year or something like that. I got to double check.
But Kittle's is one of them dudes. Like he gonna show up.
Absolutely, he definitely will show up. Don't get it twisted now.
No, I'm talking about as far as even if he's injured, he gonna show up. So he's somebody
that's just his mentality. That's his mentality.
Yeah, regardless of what you think might be wrong with him, you got to put hands on him. Do not let him beat you because he will.
Oh, my bad. Who did I say? I meant to say Seattle. Who did I say? When I was talking about with Seattle. When I was talking about what that team did to McCaffrey and neutralized them and so on, who was I talking about? I meant to say Seattle, but who did I say? Anyway,
no, I think you did.
Seattle.
The Hawks. Yeah,
that's what I thought I said.
Yeah, I think
nonetheless. Regardless, though, whatever Seattle did in that game, and the thing is, I don't even worry about the game plan defensively. I don't worry about what Vic Fangio has cooked up. I don't think about it. Oh, I said San Fran. Okay, my bad, y'all. Same division. They confused me a little bit, but my bad. Nonetheless, I do not worry about Vic Fangio's game plan, the personnel groupings, the rotate. I don't worry about none of that. He's that solidified with me. He's completely signed, sealed, delivered. Post stamp already on it. It's going. It's going. The question is, will the offense meet him there? That's the biggest question. Kevin Patullo, are you ready for the big time?
This is the moment.
Robert Saleh is a very good defensive coach. If he outcoaches you with less personnel, this will probably be one of the.
It'll be ugly.
Would this be the biggest upset of my time as a content creator?
Nah, I still think even though I wouldn't call it an upset, but the performance against Tampa Bay a couple years ago was worse.
Yeah, but
because I look at that game as we knew exactly what was coming, and we played that game like they didn't even practice that week.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. They knew
the blitz was coming, and it looked like they were totally unprepared for it.
Completely. They didn't even run the ball.
No,
it was a weird game where I'm like, what did you guys do all week?
That was the game. We talked about this. I don't know if you remember, we talked about this. That was the game where, even though I didn't think Nick Sirianni should have been fired, if he would have been fired, I would have understood.
Yes. Yes.
And I remember we talked about this, and I was like, because that they kept Sirianni, if they fire Sirianni, do we win the Super Bowl?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Do we have a different coach that has Jalen Hurts throwing the ball 35 and 40 times a game?
Mm.
You know, just to or try to imagine just the who else will be coaching, and how would they be coaching Jalen Hurts? You would think that whoever comes in there is going to try to coach Jalen Hurts like he want to drop back quarterback, instead of letting him win games his own way. Because how many? I'd be curious to go back and look at whatever Jalen Hurts' overall record is, win-loss record as a starting quarterback in the NFL. What are the number of wins where it was like, with less than 2 minutes left to go, he had to drive the length of the field, that sort of thing? How many wins does he have like that, where he was just clutch?
Maybe I would say the Super Bowl, but they lost that game.
Right. But I'm just saying that if you go back and if you could look at
the Colts
all of those
game,
games.
that Colts game.
Yeah, definitely the Colts game. But the times where he was just clutch and wasn't supposed to win, and he did, or came up with a good throw, just he made the play that needed to be made at that particular time. How many times has he done that in his career? And how many times, when you look at all of these other players, coaches, quarterbacks, whatever, have they not done it? Have they failed? Have they? I was looking at the thing with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson should have been a 3-time league MVP. Everybody knows it.
We all know Josh
Allen didn't outplay him. Everybody was just tired of Lamar getting it. He got it back to back, and it should have been a 3-peat.
That was a sympathy award, if you ask me.
But the last 3 seasons, Lamar Jackson's team has pretty much let him down. 2 years in a row, your receivers dropped the ball. And technically, you could say a third, because if you watch that game with Baltimore, he had DeAndre Hopkins would have had his man beat when he scrambled. He came back to the ball instead of going deep, and Lamar was like, no, you got to go the other way. How is it that somebody like DeAndre Hopkins doesn't understand that point? He's how long he been in the league? 16 years or whatever it is. He knows he's supposed to do that. Why on that particular time, on that particular day, on that field, with that team and that quarterback, did he fail to do the thing that you learned in high school? If your quarterback is scrambling, if you deep, you come back short. If you short, you go deep. That's the rule. And wasn't nobody behind them. That would have been the touchdown they needed. 3 seasons in a row, their skilled positions failed. Player execution failure. Lamar put the ball where it's supposed to be. It was a drop. Next year, put the ball where it's supposed to be. Hit the tight end right in his hands. Third year, this year, gets the ball down there. They found there, and the kick.
It's one of those things where you say to yourself, from the Lamar Jackson angle, right? One part of my brain says, damn, he did his job.
Yeah.
One half of my brain says that. The other half of my brain is, you still underperformed in those games. You still had what? How many turns? What was the game against Buffalo? He had 3 turnovers,
something like that. Yeah.
So it's like, I can say, okay, on that the one time he made the play, the other person didn't make the play.
Yeah, but you gotta.
But then I say to myself, okay, where were you when you had to make the play, or you had a chance to put the game out of reach? You had a chance to really take control of the football game, or but you gotta. That's what I just said. You got to be careful with that energy, because that's the same thing we doing.
That's the same exact thing we're doing. Except, in my opinion, Jalen has just made the most of more opportunities to win those games.
There's something to be said about that, though.
I do not doubt that. That is not up for debate. I'm simply saying that when you got to grind it out like that, the same way Lamar does, the same way Jalen does, the same way Josh Allen does, the same way Mahomes does, when you got to grind it out like that, it only comes into play when you win. Patrick Mahomes has thrown some stinkers, but when that opportunity came that he could turn it around and take the game, they don't talk about what he did wrong. They don't talk about what Josh Allen did wrong. They just know that another opportunity came and they won the game on that opportunity. If Josh Allen doesn't get the pressure and he makes that throw and they beat us,
That
the whole conversation is 180.
Exactly. You're so right about that, right?
He still played like trash.
And that's
Vic
why
Fangio had him bottled up till 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And you know, people would have said that 5 minutes or that
gutsy, scrappy.
That 55 minutes of perfect football by your defense doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
Because you played 5 minutes of the worst football.
Exactly my point.
And that's why I put such a premium on winning, especially at the quarterback position, because
absolutely
people try to all of a sudden winning isn't a quarterback stat, and that Jalen Hurts has won a lot of football games. All of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a reason,
bro.
It's a reason we keep track of quarterback records. It's a reason we keep track of it. Guys get jobs because of their ability to win football games. Forget what their numbers say. Hey, this guy has won a lot of football games. There's something about that guy. He just wins. Just follow him wherever he go. He knows how to win games. There's a skill in it. And Jalen Hurts has won a lot of football games. So when I look at Jalen Hurts, right, and I see a guy who I don't care what they try to discredit him with. Oh, he got this player, that player, that player. Tell your GM to work harder. How about that?
Hey, beware of moving goalposts.
So for me, it's like a guy like Jalen Hurts who has made it to the mountaintop twice and ended up being the king of the mountain once out of those 2 times. I mean, he's doing all right. He's doing pretty good, right? And then Chris 3KO says, Tone, what is Lamar supposed to do about a kicker missing the game-winning field goal?
Nothing. Nothing he can do.
To answer your question directly, he can't do nothing about that. He can't do nothing about that. As a matter of fact, let me put it in perspective. Let me do it this way. Let me just try to lay it out this way, right? Again, to answer your question, he can't do nothing about that one singular play by the kicker. But you know what he can do, though? He could do something about those 47 other plays.
Yeah, but I mean,
and the score was
problem with that, and it only comes
was 24-26. And look, it was a shootout in the fourth quarter. I mean, look.
Yes, they went back and forth.
Yeah, they was going blow for blow.
Right.
They was going blow for blow.
And and I know that's what people do. They want to pick out all the mistakes.
Of course. But guess what?
The problem with that is that you discount what your opponent is or has done.
That part. And also, let me throw this in there. I know, again, this conversation is very like, we can find angles on both sides of it, right? But one thing we know about football, one thing we know about how Jalen Hurts understands the game, how intuitive he is. What's the number one thing Jalen Hurts understands about winning football games, Marcus? Well, what's the first thing that comes to your head when it comes to Jalen Hurts and how he approaches the quarterback position? What's the number one thing that he understands about winning?
I would say he just protects the ball.
Stay there. There we go. You said it. He protects the football.
Right.
No, under no circumstance does he give the ball away. Now, of course, he's a football player. The ball is going to leave your hand. It happens, right? Things happen. Guys make plays, whatever it may be. But the one thing Jalen Hurts understands about winning football games is that in order to win or give yourself the most optimal chance of winning, don't turn that football over. Don't turn it over.
Yeah.
And the only team to turn the ball over
If he didn't turn the ball over, he might have 2
in
Super
that
Bowl
game,
Hmm.
in that game last night, or in that game the other night between Baltimore and Pittsburgh, who turned the ball over? Lamar Jackson threw an interception.
Yeah.
He threw an interception. And to make sure that I'm being reasonable about this, he threw the interception in the third quarter, and he threw it after the Steelers drove down the field in 12 plays, scored a touchdown. They tied the game up. So now the score is 10-10. Lamar turns the ball over in 3 plays. First play is a run. Second play, incompletion. Third play, interception. Gave them the ball at the Baltimore 26. What did that do? It put the Steelers in field goal position. They ran 6 plays and only was able to move 19 yards.
Yeah.
And they kicked the field goal. How much did they lose by, Marcus?
What was it? The field 2 points.
The Steelers
no,
lost.
they were down. They lost by 1 point, didn't they?
The Baltimore Ravens lost by 2 points.
2 points.
Lost by 2 points. You see where I'm going with this? Like, I understand completely that we've seen Lamar Jackson put the ball where it needs to be, especially in the money time, and guys don't do their job. We've seen that. We understand that completely, right? Sometimes we saw Jalen Hurts drive down the field, tie the game on the 2-point conversion, ran it in, muscled it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Game is tied, 35-35? Or what was it? 38-38, whatever it was. It was tied. And what happened? Defense couldn't get the stop.
Defense.
And lo and behold, what happened?
They ran that play.
Chiefs marched down the field, and Jalen Hurts didn't even get a chance.
Chiefs win it. If Jalen doesn't, in my opinion, if Jalen doesn't fumble that ball, if he doesn't fumble that ball,
I didn't bring up the fumble, but guess what? You brought it up. The one mistake he made.
Listen,
the one mistake he made.
2 plays turned that game. That fumble and that punt return.
Bingo. And the punt return obviously is not his fault, but the fumble.
Hold on to the ball. Nobody touched him.
The fumble.
Miles Sanders didn't fumble twice.
Like,
it happens, man.
It happens. And I think Lamar Jackson is way better than his circumstances.
Absolutely.
I think he's significantly better than his circumstances. But there comes a point in time where we have to start accepting what the trends have been.
Yeah.
Now, he's been hurt this year.
Who, Lamar?
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. You know, some people are jumping out the window saying he's out of his prime, whatever it may be. I'm not ready to say that yet.
Yeah, he definitely not as fast as he was, but he's still damn good. He can still throw the ball on the run and deliver a strike. And he's just been snake bitten.
Mm-hmm.
He's just been snake bitten but that's the funny part, man. That's what you want your quarterback to do. That's what they want Jalen to do. The only difference is Jalen doesn't take the risks. He's more protective of the ball, and we benefit for that. So again, you talking about a narrative where everybody just wants the style points. They want him to do what everybody else is doing, throw the ball 35, 40 times a game, all of that type of stuff. And it's like, I'm not going to get mad at him because he's not falling into that stereotype, but we shining a chip. All bets are off after when you get that chip, because that's the only thing anybody says. When Jalen Hurts was drafted, is this the guy that's going to take your franchise to a Super Bowl? Probably not.
Yes.
Why would you spend that pick on that? Why would you do? Why?
It wasn't probably.
So now we got the chip, and you're still not happy. And
People
everybody
literally
else
said you can't build around this man.
Everybody else that's playing the way the narrative wants them to play, they are coming up empty. Because truth be told, Patrick Mahomes is a little bit of the same type of a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes does some stuff that's ridiculous. Sidearm throws, damn near upside down, going to the ground, all of that kind of stuff. That's schoolyard football. But early in his career, when he was throwing them picks, or, he wasn't Patrick Mahomes yet. He was getting crucified for that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we good with what we got. And I need Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is breaking down. The only guy, two people that's undefeated, the internet and Father Time. That's
Yeah,
it.
and Mahomes is 30. He's 30, but
Yeah.
he's been carrying that offense for the past 2 seasons, and it finally caught up.
Absolutely. And not for nothing, man. Look at how Patrick Mahomes plays. Patrick Mahomes is fearless. He done played injured. Hell, he beat us in the Super Bowl injured. So he is what he is. And guess what? You know, I hope that he gets to walk away from the game and the game don't spit him out.
Yeah, I mean,
But we got a real one too.
He's guaranteed Hall of Fame. I mean,
he first ballot, man.
It's not even a question. He could retire today, and it's really.
He been in the Super Bowl what 5 times? He 3 for 5.
Yeah.
He's 3 for 5. So
he's 3 and 2 in Super Bowls. He lost to Tom Brady. He lost to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
Yeah,
you know,
getting it done.
Look, man, I just think bringing it full circle. You got to put a premium on winning. You got to put a premium on guys who understand, the nuances of the game. They understand that it's not just about making plays. It's not just about the plays you make. It's also about the mistakes you don't make.
Facts.
There's some guys who just they care about. Listen, I got to make more plays than the other team. Oh, don't forget, you also got to make less mistakes than them too. Because if you can make more plays than them, but if you also make more mistakes than them, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we gotta limit the mistakes and don't get pigeonholed into mistakes.
Yeah, and take advantage of opportunities. When your team gets a turnover and you're in the opponent's field position, go score a fucking touchdown.
When you get your hands on that ball,
make them pay. Make them pay.
Yep.
No, don't overcook it.
Yep. What game was I watching where was that the San Fran game where they did? Yes, the San Francisco Seattle game where it wasn't anybody's fault. I think they had pressure on Purdy. He underthrew the ball a little bit because of that pressure, and the dude couldn't come up with it, and it bounced off his chest, and Seattle intercepted it. Had the ball right on the goal line, coming out, and they just killed their chance to score.
Can you put up Natari 4582's post? Natari U 4582 says a play is worth 7 points, where a mistake can cost you 14 points. It's right above Tiffany Simpson's. There it is. A play is worth 7 points, where a mistake can cost you 14. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Absolutely. That's a good way to look at it too.
It's a very good way to look at it, right? Perfect example. That Washington game.
Yeah, 2-point swing.
Eagles had a chance to go up nicely in that game. What happened? Darius Cooper got the penalty within the 5-yard line, lost 15 yards.
Yep.
And then eventually, I think they went. They tried to no. Then Tanner McKee threw an interception like 2 plays later.
Yep.
And what happened on that drive? Washington scored right at that.
Yep.
You could have went up 7. That turnover cost you 14.
Again, so you add that to the list. Another game that we lost where we had opportunities to win and we didn't take advantage of those opportunities. Even though I thought that was a bullshit call for the unsportsmanlike. I thought that was foul, but they called it. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. That. So we have to we back down to the basics, Tone. We back down to the basics. Nothing's changed. We wanted to. We put more emphasis on things because it's the playoffs, and we can do that now because it is the playoffs. But in the big scheme of things, nothing has changed. You win games by winning the line of scrimmage. Period.
You're so right. You're so right. That's how the Eagles won last year. They were the most dominant team at the line of scrimmage in the playoffs. There wasn't a single team in the playoffs that was more dominant at the line of scrimmage.
Touch us. Correct. And when it did this year, when it stopped happening, hell, it took us, Philly fans, damn near half the year to realize how bad the offensive line really was.
Can you imagine if they were just playing 80% as well as we're used to them playing?
Yeah.
Like, this defense playing where they're playing, there's not a single team that's head and shoulders above the Philadelphia Eagles right now. If that offensive line was just doing their job as we expected, let me put it this way: that's the last group we expected to struggle this year.
Just exactly.
That's the
Exactly. We
last
did not
group.
expect to have a Jeff Stoutland problem. But that's the nature of the beast. You never know what you're going to get. And at the end of the day, you got to overcome your issues. The hell with everybody else. You got to solve your problems. Because now we got a legitimate opportunity to get to the goal where we want to be. And the only thing that's stopping us is us.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm right now. I'm not what we did. I can't worry about, we done beat the whole Kevin Patullo thing into the earth.
It's over with.
Ain't it funny how the last 3-4 weeks ain't nobody saying nothing about AJ tweeting? None of that. None of that. Because all that matters is when you step in the lane, I need you to handle business when you step on that field. Period. And that's never been up for debate. Even when he dropped the balls and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, trust me when I tell you, I don't care what you feel about A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert or anybody on that team, offense or defense. They do not want to lose. So when people, he wants to tweet more than he wants to play, and this, like, shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
you have no idea what these dudes, how much time they put in. And I use time specifically because time is the most expensive thing that you can give on this earth. Because once you give it, you cannot get it back.
Yeah.
They do not want to lose. So everybody with their little narratives about AJ and stop whining, and even some of my colleagues done entered to that fray. Sometimes I hear what Seth is going. I'm like, Seth, this is where we are in this era. Period. If this is what they got to do to get through day to day, so be it. As long as they put in work when they step on that field on Sunday, that's the only thing that matters. I'm not worried about the fans' feelings. Those feelings will get the feelings will get better after a win. Period.
I agree with you.
We put too much emphasis on what everybody else is saying, and we shouldn't. We didn't used to do that, but we in a new era, so it is what it is. I'm old.
You're right.
I'm an OG, man.
It's just, I mean, you know,
get off my lawn.
Like you said, it's the lay of the land. And look, when you popping, they pop shit. It's very simple.
Yeah.
The Eagles are one of the most electric franchises in football right now. One of the most respected franchises in football. They have done some most of the leagues winning these past 25 years, and they have been one of the most productive franchises over the past, you gotta say 8 years. They won that Super Bowl in 2018. We're in 2026 now. So it'll officially be 8 years. Come February. Yeah. So 2 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl appearances in the past 8 years, two Super Bowl wins. That's great. That's great standing. Over the past 10 years, over the past 8 years, the Eagles have been one of the best franchises in football, right? One of the best franchises over the past 25 years. But I think they've built this thing to last. They built this thing to be competitive no matter the season, no matter the weather. And I fully expect the Philadelphia Eagles to be ready for this football game on Sunday against the 49ers. I do want to pick your brain. I do want to pick your brain a little bit about the field, though. Obviously, the Seahawks got the bye, but Rams at Panthers, which is an interesting game to me. I think that's an interesting game, and I don't think that game is a gimme for the Rams. I do not, because the Panthers beat them before, and I just think the Panthers are just a gritty team that you don't want to give them a chance to. You don't want to give them an opportunity in the fourth quarter. That team, every time I counted that team out, they surprised me every single time.
And that goes back to the rule, man. Anybody can get got.
Yeah, that Panthers team should feel good, but they beat this team already.
Yeah.
They should feel good. They should not go into this game feeling any other way than we could beat them. And that's another thing, right? Sometimes you look at teams and people say they're just happy to be here, right? No, the Panthers should feel, the Panthers should believe. Now we know they're not going beyond the divisional round. We know that, but they should feel with every fiber of their being they can beat that Rams team.
They can. They
Now,
can.
I don't know.
That's what I want to see. This is an opportunity. This is the prime opportunity for Bryce Young to prove his draft status, his draft stock.
Because they already said they're not giving. They already said they're not resigning him. They're just gonna pick up his option and see what happens.
Yeah, this is the time to do it. You make a deep playoff run, or however it plays out, man. You know, and I've said this before. It's not if, it's how. It's not if you win or lose, it's how you win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes out there and they go just like, you know, the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game, you going back and forth. That was the slugfest in that fourth quarter. Everybody was taking shots. Aaron Rodgers was getting it done. Lamar Jackson was throwing dimes everywhere, and they was finally catching them, and it was good until it wasn't. So Bryce Young got as good a chance as any. Rams are not as good as they think they are, in my opinion. So I'm with you on that one. I would love to see it. I would love to see it just to get the Rams out of the picture and humble them a little bit. But I think the Rams defense it is going to have something for Carolina.
Actually,
but we'll see.
After what I saw the Cardinals do to them offensively, and granted the Cardinals lost, but they were passing on them with ease.
Yeah,
with ease. I mean, I'm talking. I'm like Othello or Akila Witherspoon was food. That kid Michael Wilson was cooking him. And Michael Wilson is,
and you know they're gonna be watching that tape too. So
exactly.
Somebody, Ty Baby says the Rams DBs are booty cheeks, and
they're small. They're not big guys.
Yeah.
At receiver, the Panthers got Ted McMillan. They got Leggett. Who else they got at a receiver? Like they got some big bodies at receiver.
Ted has been playing well too.
Yeah, he led their team in receiving yards. Had over 1,000 yards in his rookie year. 6 touchdowns. Let me see this. 7 touchdowns. Very good rookie season. Rookie season. He's been the number one option on offense. Listen to this. Ted McMillan has over 1,000 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. The next closest receiver in terms of yardage is Jalen Coker. He has 394 yards. Listen to this. Ted McMillan led the team with 122 targets. 122 targets. The next closest player is Xavier Leggett. He has 64 targets. They have been feeding Ted.
Yeah,
feeding him.
He been producing,
and he's been producing. You got to give credit where credit is due, especially as a rookie. And he played all 17 games, 70 catches, over 1,000 yards. He's a big dude, and also that Panthers running game has been very solid.
Yes,
Rico Dowdle with the Chuba Hubbard combo, it's been nice. It's been really, really productive for them. I don't think that's a game the Rams should go in there and just say,
we got it.
We got that.
Yeah.
We got that. If they go into that fourth quarter and the Rams only got a 3-point or 6-point lead, they should be nervous.
Absolutely.
They should be very nervous.
That's why you play the game. That's why you play the game, man.
Exactly.
Nothing is given. You got to take what you want. The race is still wide open, bro. The race is still wide open. We just got to control what we can control and handle our business. Our business. That's what I want to come out of this game with. I want to come out of this game with. That's how the damn offense is supposed to look. That's what I want to say after this game. Because I already know I'm gonna be pissed off because they're gonna be pitching and skinny pitching CMC left, right, and any other direction they can get it. They're gonna pitch him, they're gonna screen him, they're gonna get him the ball in different variations and in different places.
Every which way they can. Screen, Texas route, Wheel route, crossers, quick slants.
This is going to be a Jahad Campbell going to have to be on his grind.
Is Nakobe active? Is he?
I think he is, but I'm looking at Jahad because Jahad's going to be in the passing downs.
I can see that because he has the speed, he has the range. I can see that.
Yeah. So that's going to come into play, but don't be surprised if
But here's another thing too, and I don't want to say we forget about it, but yo, Cooper DeJean has been on a heater the past the second half of the season. I mean, he's been playing well all year, but Cooper DeJean, like that's the thing. Every time you think about this Eagles team, you name one player, you be like, oh shit, they got this guy too.
Yo, they Cooper versus Puka. Too. That's what it's gonna be. Cooper versus Puka. That's what it's gonna come down to.
Man. So now we got Bears and Packers.
If it even comes down to that.
Yeah, if indeed.
We're getting too far ahead.
We are.
Getting too
now
far
Bears
ahead.
and Packers. That is an interesting matchup to me because I think both of those teams are. How can I put this, man? I think the Bears are an immature football team. And I think the Packers, although they've been in the playoffs the entire Jordan Love run, I think they're an immature football team as well, and they're hurt.
Who's starting at quarterback?
That's a good question.
I believe Malik Willis.
Right now, the odds makers have the Green Bay Packers winning, so that must mean Jordan Love is playing.
I believe Malik Willis. I believe they are better off right now with Malik Willis.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll see. Jordan Love is clear. Well, then it's Jordan Love then.
Yeah. And also, I'm not just going to forget how awful Caleb Williams was for 3.5 straight quarters. I'm not going to forget that. Yeah, they got clutch in the second half or fourth quarter, whatever it may be. I'm not just going to forget how inconsistent he's been in the air. He's strung together a couple, solid performances this season. Don't get it twisted. He's been good this year. He broke the record for passing yards in the Bears uniform. No quarterback can throw for more yards than him. Right. But I can't forget Caleb Williams in that offense going scoreless for how many? Was it 3 straight quarters?
Yep.
Make sure I got this right.
Heck, when they beat us, it wasn't because of Caleb Williams.
That's what I'm saying. Their running game wasn't really working against Detroit. And you saw Caleb had to will them to that victory. And again, they lost the game, and Caleb put them in position to potentially. Well, he put them in position to tie it, but they couldn't steal the win. They couldn't steal the lead. They couldn't steal the win.
Exactly.
And they lost 19-16, but they went scoreless for 3 straight quarters. Kind of like that game mirrored the Buffalo Eagles game. The Buffalo Philly game. It was that game. It was that exact same game, minus the rain. Detroit showed up and shut them off for 3 straight quarters. And then all of a sudden, Chicago came in with this last 5-minute, 6-minute hurrah. Buffalo with Philly, same thing. Ultimately, the team that played better defense held on to win the football game. I'm not just going to forget Caleb. Like, I know Caleb. He's had a very solid season in comparison to his rookie one. But I'm not ready to say, oh yeah, he's ready for a deep playoff run. I don't think so.
No, and you can't look at it like that. You got especially them. You got to. I mean, you should never look at it that way. But you got to go one game at a time.
And they lost their final two.
Especially the situation that we're in right now. Mm-hmm. You got to look at it at one game.
Yes, that's a good point.
And then when you're playing that one game, one series at a time.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. And Jalen Hurts knows that.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts, in these big games, Jalen Hurts says it. He said, "Listen, don't make it more than what it is. Don't overcomplicate it. Do your job, and we'll be cool.
Right.
Do your job. Make the plays you're supposed to make, and we'll be cool."
Right.
Real quick before we close the show, Steelers at Texans at Steelers. I think the Steelers are running into a buzzsaw. Texans are one of the hottest teams in football right now.
Yeah, but hey, Aaron Rodgers magic. DK Metcalf is back.
He can't outrun that Texas defense, though.
We'll see.
That Texans defense they have been amazing. Amazing. They run off 9 straight wins in the season. They're hot right now. And that defense is playing like their hair's on fire. I think Aaron Rodgers, they're going to leave that man comatose. That defense playing that good. That defense playing that good.
See. They gotta take away them splash plays, man. But I mean, shit. Everybody in the playoffs, bro. Everybody good.
Look, Texans, they got the corners, they got the front 7. Come on, man. Come
The
on.
only thing they ain't got is experience.
Now, you know who I think should be on upset alert? Buffalo.
Absolutely.
Buffalo can very well lose to the Jags in that first round. Very much so. That Jags team has played well. They were very much in contention for the number 1 seed, which is crazy to even think about. They quietly had a spectacular season. Quietly.
Yep.
It's because they're in Jacksonville.
Playing at home.
And they're home. I think the Bills should be on upset alert. And I think I'm not ready to make predictions yet. We'll make those predictions on the game days, but as a matter of fact, we won't speak until the Eagles game day. So I guess I can predict
Right.
the Eagles play on the 11th at 3:30.
4:30. Oh, 3:30 your time.
Well, 3:30. I'm sorry, 3:30 my time, 4:30 your time. And Buffalo and Jacksonville play at 1 o'clock. So I guess we can wait for it to predict that game, and we can also wait for the Patriots-Chargers game. I think the Patriots smoke the Chargers. I think the Patriots take care of business against the Chargers. I really do.
Yep.
Justin Herbert, another season with no playoff wins. The only teams that play on Saturday are the Panthers and the Rams, and the Bears and the Packers. Eagles, Niners, Patriots, Chargers, and Jags, Bills play on Sunday. Patriots and the Chargers are the final slot on NBC Peacock. Eagles play on Fox. Jags and Bills play on CBS. It's going to be a fun one. I like these matchups. These are very interesting matchups in the first round.
Yeah, it is wide open. It is
And
wide
it's
open.
and all these teams, even the Eagles, should be on upset alert. All of them.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to these super chats, bro.
Oh yeah, so we can close the show out. That's right. Let's do that. Yeah. So AJ Jones, Coach Tone. Before we get too deep, scenario question for you: 10 million untaxed. Who do you trust to get the Eagles at least to the divisional round? Chip Kelly as head coach GM, or combo of KPOC and Desai DC?
You know what? I didn't think Desai was that bad. I didn't think he should have got fired.
I think Desai's performance is overblown because he had that defense playing pretty solid. The problem was they couldn't tackle.
They couldn't tackle worth shit.
And that's a problem. That's a problem.
Let me be honest with you. I'll take KP just because I despise
Chip I don't Kelly. Want Chip Kelly pushing no buttons. So
exactly. Yeah.
Let's see. Shalom, Tone. We got this. Keep the good work. Go Birds. Thank you, Shep. I appreciate you.
We got it. 24 Birds coming in with the love as usual.
The double header as always, man. Thank you, 24 Birds. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Jalen did his job first Super Bowl. Defense, run game, special teams failed. Agree. I don't disagree with that.
I agree. 100%.
He was a leading rusher. Who did the media blame for the loss? Jalen's fumble. Absolutely. Because he's the quarterback. And at the end of the day, if he doesn't fumble, we probably win that game. So while you are not wrong, two things can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. It's water under the bridge now.
Sure.
If we make it back to the Super Bowl, which game does Q get an INT?
I think Q picks off Purdy.
Nice.
I think Q picks off Purdy. Purdy has been again that shoulder. He's been overcompensating a bit. And let me make sure I got this right here. I make sure my numbers are correct. Brock Purdy over these past several games, and again, I want to make sure I'm accurate. I don't want to put no smut on his name. He's thrown an interception in each of the last 3 games he's
Yep.
played in. He's thrown an interception in each of the last 3 games he played in. So he's liable to give you one. He's going to give you one. That's a fact. He's going to give you one. The question is, can you snag it, though?
Right.
Can you snag it? He's going to give you one. Thank you, AJ Jones. And thank you, Dagger. We appreciate you as well. Green Wing member, the super chat. Thank you. He says, should the Eagles bring in an OC consultant, or is that no? You don't do that right now.
Not right now.
You do not
Too
do
late.
that right now.
Too late for that.
That is asking
for
for
that.
a problem.
We missed that window.
Dagger, he says, don't forget to talk about BG coming back next year. Yes, real quick. You really think he's going to do that?
I think the possibility exists. I think he came back because the tank wasn't empty. And he played well being on the pitch count. So to me, it's all about being productive. It's all about, are you contributing, or do they just have you on the team because they like you? He's contributing.
That's the thing. He's contributing
At a different position.
He's been playing D tackle the entire time.
And lighten it up. Who would have thought that? His pitch count is down. He's not, his body's probably feeling pretty good, all things considered. So I think the possibility exists. That's all I'm saying.
You think Carlin gonna go for that?
Who gonna go for that?
His wife, Carlin.
I don't know. That's not my riddle to solve.
She's typically very amicable. she let that man do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, but things like that is, I liken that to the situation like with my wife. When I stepped away from football, one of the first things she said to me was, make sure you got it out of your system.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna resent me.
Don't do this if you don't want to do it. If you still want to play, play. So I would imagine that that's the same type of conversation. I don't know where his kids are. Things get different when your kid turns 8, 9, 10 years old. When they start playing stuff on their own and you got to go to games and stuff like that. I don't know how old his kids are, because that has a big.
That's all part of where his kids are. His kids are around that age. His kids are definitely.
So, but I don't know. I know he got a little son, and the son is not old enough to really do anything. As opposed to just using them as an example. You look at Marcus Spears on ESPN.
Yeah.
He was at all the Texas volleyball games because his daughter plays volleyball for Texas.
And his son basketball games. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he might not be there. It might be coming, but he might not be there yet. Like I mentioned this before when I was coaching for the GT Stallions here in South Jersey. The guy I coached with, he stopped. And I was like, if I'm not coaching with you, I'm not coaching. He stopped because he was like, my kid is about to be in high school and I want to go to his games. And that's exactly what he did. So there's something to be said for that. I don't know what the situation is for the kids. And guess what? He might hang it up. But I tell you what, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah,
however it ends, it was worth it.
Shout out to BG. Shout out to BG, man. We'll see, man. Let's focus on this run. I think the Eagles have as good a chance as anybody.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Was that it? No, we got a couple. No, that was it. All right, y'all. That's the show, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Pro Fan Talk. Marcus does a phenomenal job as always. Again, he's breaking down film.
Yeah. I gotta get busy, man. As soon as we get off, man, I gotta get busy.
VR. He's breaking down film in VR, bro.
Let's go, dog.
My man looking like one of those Destiny characters. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do.
So make sure you guys lock in with the guy, man. He does phenomenal work. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys lock in on Chalk It Up Sports. We really do appreciate that. The content, you guys know, my schedule has been way different, since I started this new job. And I know you guys have been getting less live streams throughout the week, but I've been very, very sturdy on making sure you guys get your Bald Eagles podcast, making sure you guys get your pre and post game shows, of course. A link up show is scheduled for tomorrow. We do have a link up show scheduled for tomorrow, you guys.
Nice.
8 p.m. Eastern time. I know it's been about a month and a half, maybe 2 months since you guys have seen us. So, things have kind of been in disarray just because of scheduling, right? We all got love for each other. Some of y'all thought we had beef. Ain't no issues. Some of y'all thought we had real issues. Nah, like
life be life, man. Life be life.
Yeah, our schedules. I started a new job, so I'm not getting home until the evenings now. So, yeah, man, everyone's trying to finagle it a little bit. So we appreciate y'all. So make sure you guys lock in. Again, Eagles, Niners. It's gonna be a fun game on Sunday. We got a beautiful weekend of football. Beautiful weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Man, the NFL always wins. The NFL is like death and taxes, man. They always come on time, man.
We had one last super chat come through. If the offense can score above 20 points, I don't think we are losing with this defense.
I hate that. That's even a conversation. Thank you for the super chat, BGXV. Thank you seriously. But I hate that we even think like that. If they score above 20 points, that should be the minimum.
It should be, but let's deal with the reality.
Let's deal with the reality, man. And I expect Jalen Hurts to elevate his game. I expect Jalen Hurts to make every play he's supposed to make, and I expect Jalen Hurts to take every opportunity they give him. He's not going to leave this game knowing that he left something on the bone. He's going to take every opportunity he's given. So, we'll leave it at that, man. Y'all know the vibes. You guys know the energy. You know where our baldies be. You feel what I'm saying?
Sir.
He's Marcus Thomas. I'm Tone DeShields II. This has been the Bald Eagles Podcast. And this flag was fly, y'all. It's playoff time.
We in the playoffs now. Go Birds.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Marcus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Moore Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Marcus always standing